Guys, welcome to part 4 of our Byzantine icon tutorial. Um, at this part, your layer should look like this. We, in the last stages, took all these different layers that we used to create this aura and grouped them. So you shouldn't have as many layers. And then what we're going to do is bring back your figure. So just click on the eye. And then we're going to make a copy of that figure. So make sure the figure layer is highlighted. Go up to Layer, New, via Copy. All right. And then type in figure. And then just rename this one Original Figure. And then just hide that one, okay? This is our backup in case something really terrible goes wrong that we can't fix up here. So we're just going to keep this one hidden and alter this one. Next, we're going to add a surface blur to the figure. So what I want you to do, just so you can see the effect, is go to this little magnifying glass and just enlarge your picture a little bit so you can actually see better. And then you're going to go up and just make sure the figure is highlighted, that layer, and then you're going to go up to Filter, Blur, and then Surface Blur. This little context menu should pop up, and you can play around with your radius and threshold. I did mine about 25 and then a threshold of 20. So just so you can see, like, I'm going to push it all the way down. So that's what it looked like before. So we're just kind of smoothing the skin, and what this surface blur does is it just smooths the pixels on the inside but leaves the outer pixels clear, so you get that kind of artificial look. So, play around with it, but don't make it, don't overdo it. And then I'm going to leave mine at a threshold of 20 and then click OK. All right, so go up here to view, and then let's fit our image back on the screen. So just go fit on screen. So we're going to add another filter, but before we do that, I want you to go over to your tool bar and then just reset this foreground and background color to the default, the black and white. And then you're going to go up to Filter, Filter Gallery. You're going to go to Distort and select Diffuse Glow. Again, just kind of go down here in the bottom of the screen and click this little minus so you can kind of see how it's affecting your image. And so we're going to kind of make it look like it has this kind of glow coming from the skin. So you want to keep your graininess at 0. The glow amount, just kind of try it. And it might take, it might take a little bit. Maybe do 6. And then the clear amount at 20. So you, again, you don't have to do exactly what I did, but don't do it too much. Like if you do it too much, it just completely makes it white. So just do it enough where it looks like it's kind of this glow is coming from the skin. And then hit OK. All right. Now we're going to add a new adjustment layer. So you're going to go over here to your layer palette. You're going to go down to the new adjustment layer icon, and it looks like a circle with divided in half with a dark and a light. So click on that and it'll bring up a menu. You want to select photo filter, Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're going to select this filter. It's called Warming Filter 81. So click on this arrow, and there it is, Warming Filter 81. And then you're just going to play around with the effect, and it will kind of make it look kind of yellowish. And I think we do it all the way to 100%. So now it looks like it has this kind of all over yellowish glow. You can click this little arrow to hide the adjustment layer context box. Now we're going to add an outer glow. So be on the, go ahead and click on the figure. Then you're going to go down to the bottom of your layer palette, and there's a button called FX, which are special effects. So click on that and then select outer glow. It's going to bring up a box. So what you want to do is you want to click on this color box right here. Sorry, maybe. And then just come over here, and when you get into your image, it should turn into an eyedropper. And then click on the brightest yellow of the image, and then hit OK. And then just plug in these measurements. You want the blend mode on screen. You want the opacity at 60%. And the size, oops, sorry about that. Go down here to size and maybe do like 50. And again, you can kind of see it, and again, you can sort of change it. You don't want to do it too much because then it kind of washes it out. But whatever you feel like doing, you'll do that. You'll do like 100 or 120. All right, then hit, well, now we're going to do an inner glow as well. So keep this box open, and now you're going to check inner glow, okay? And then you don't need to do the color box, it's already set, but you do need to plug in these measurements. So the inner glow, maybe do the opacity at 30, between 30 and 40, and the size maybe a little bit smaller, so maybe 100 or, you know, between 50 and 100. Oops. Right. Then hit OK. So now it looks like the figure has this kind of glow, and again looks more sort of supernatural. Now the next step is that we're going to add a little border around the edges of our composition. So this is the very last part. It's really easy. So what you're going to do is go to your layer palette, go all the way down and select the new layer icon. So click on it, and it should create a new layer. And then go to, you need to select the edges of the composition. So you're going to go up here to your marquee. So your elliptical marquee might be selected. So just click on the arrow and do the rectangle marquee. And just kind of draw a marquee to the edges of your composition like that. Then go up to Edit, Stroke. The color we do want to change, so click on the color box, go over here to your picture and click on the brightest yellow, hit OK, and then we want the stroke on the inside, and then we want the pixels. You could do anywhere from 30 to 50. I'm going to do 30. So just plug that in. and hit OK. And there you have a nice little edge. Again, if you want to make yours a little bigger, you can. So that's it. We're done. So what I want you to do, you can hit Control H to remove those guidelines if you still have them. So I want you to save two versions of this. I want you to go to File, Save As, and this one you're doing working. I want you to keep all the layers intact, okay? So just like, you should have already renamed it, but Byzantine Portrait, working, okay? And then you'll still keep it as a Photoshop file. Make sure you know where you're saving it. Hit OK. And then I want you to flatten it and save a version of that. And that's the one we are going to print. Okay? It's a pretty big file, so it might take a little while to save. So now you're going to go up to File, go back to Save As, and this time you should have the same title, Byzantine Portrait, but instead of working, just change it to flat or flattened. Okay, still keep it as a Photoshop file, and then save it to your desktop. Or save it to wherever. I'm saving mine to my desktop, but you guys have a lot of issues with your storage, so save it wherever you've been saving it, whether it's your C drive or a flash drive, something, okay? And then hit save. So you should have two versions, and I'm going to check both. Do you understand? So don't flatten it and be like, oh, I accidentally flattened it, okay? Because I'll probably make you do it over again. All right, so this is our final Byzantine portrait. I think it looks pretty cool. It is a little bit harder than I thought it would be, but I know you guys could handle it, and I think these are going to look awesome when we print them out. All right, thanks for playing, and yeah, take care.